Hi everyone, this is StarLadder Season 7 LAN-finals, and next to me sitting probably one of the most favorite foreign guests, TobiWan. Hi.
Hi, peoples.
How it's going?
It's going really well. It's going really well. I've been leading a very stress-free life since TI3, and I come here, and every time I come to Kiev, I feel like I've actually come to my second home. So I love coming here. It's just relaxing. It's relaxing. Well, good Dota, so stressful, but relaxing.
Okay, I would like to start our interview in chronological course. I would speak about the international third.
Okay.
Okay, so tell us, what was the difference between second the international and the third?
For me, there was a big difference. Second international for me was a cock-up. Not from Val's side, just my side. International 3 was, for me, like, it was a great event. Like, I went there with a great mind, and I'm supposed to be a little bit closer, am I? Yeah, he wants me a little bit closer to the mic. Yeah, so I went there, and it was a really good time. It was a really good time. Everyone was having like good times. Everyone got sick as a dog. Like, I got the plague. I was casting games with like one hand on my nose and one hand on the mouse. That was how I got through games. Yeah, so that was pretty rough that way. But it was really good Dota, and I was really happy to see the European scene do so well.
Yes, I saw that you was sick, but despite of being sick, you look as good as other casters. What helped? What helped you to be professional? Maybe you can give us some advices?
Well, it's quite easy though when you broadcast. When you're on the air, when you have the microphone to your mouth, everything is left at the door. All you do is cast. You focus on the game because that's why you're there. So you do what you're being paid to do. So it's just that simple. All the other shit, you leave it at the door.
Okay, you worked with Wagamama. Describe him.
Waga's a cool kind of guy. Waga's a guy which you can easily get along with. It's very easy to talk to him, and he knows his stuff about Dota. I know a lot of people gave him a little bit of crap for casting with me, because his personality is not one of those ones where it really shines and you go, hey, I'm going to remember Waga for life. It's not really one of those things, but once you get to know Waga, you will remember him for life. So it's, yeah. I still think it was a really good choice to have at the international. I think what he said was really, really good and on level with all the other co-casters out there. So I was happy with him.
Were you satisfied more than last year when you cast with Slash and Sundren?
No, it's just a different kind of ball game. It's hard to compare co-casters like that. Slash had knowledge which no other co-caster can ever reproduce, and the accuracy he can. So he was very unique in that way. And casting with Synderen, nothing really compares to it. Like, even if Synderen's knowledge isn't instantly there, the vibe that the two of us get when we broadcast together is very unique. So nothing can be the same as that.
Okay, from the international, let's move to Dota. About a month ago, the man, Moose, said that he's retired from Dota.
Yeah.
Did you know about this before the statement, or it was surprise for you, and how did you react?
I knew about it beforehand. There's a lot of other stuff which happened behind the scenes, which obviously shouldn't be made public, so I won't. But yeah, I wish Moose all the best in his future. I really hope he finds a job which is suited to his talents, and I really hope he stays part of the Dota 2 community and doesn't like separate himself from it, because I know he had a lot of stress, and yeah, I wish him the best.
Okay, so from the one person, let's move to the next person, Capitalist. I heard that he will be the second main commentator on Dota. Is that truth?
I suppose we can make it public. Capitalist, we have been looking to get over for a couple of months now. Unfortunately, he's actually a Marine, so he has commitments to the U.S. Marine Corps, and he basically couldn't transfer those commitments to Berlin, which is where we want to have him. We basically joined Dota. We want to have a second full-time caster in the studio. We've had resources for 2.5 years to get it, but we couldn't find an appropriate candidate. And Capitalist is an appropriate candidate. But he needs to sort out his military stuff. And that hasn't happened yet. That's the only thing that stopped him from moving. He's even going to move here with his girlfriend. So Once that's sorted out, he'll come over. If it can't get sorted out, we'll just have to start looking at other candidates.
Anyway, you usually commentate with Capitalist, but this community don't know him. Can you describe him? Who is that guy? Yes.
Cap is a guy that he's a very fun personality. He's a little bit disturbed like me. In our humor, we're very, very similar. But he's a very fun, easygoing kind of guy that loves his Dota. And like it ticked all the boxes of everything we wanted for a person to come and cast. And the community do enjoy him. Like the European community watch him a hell of a lot. And even if they don't follow his normal live stream, whenever he's on the live stream, there's few to no complaints that he is there. Which for any commentator casting an English Dota, that's a good sign. That's a very good sign.
Okay, and let's talk about this StarLadder. You're casting with Bruno from GD Studio. How come you commentate with him at this event? Was it like, hey Toby, I'm going to Kyiv. Oh, let's cast together. Yeah, that's nice. Or how it happened?
No, it wasn't exactly like that. I always said to Bruno, like, Bruno should be experiencing as many European LAN events as he possibly can. I said, you haven't experienced a LAN event until you've experienced StarLadder. And I was like, man, Bruno, you got to come next time. He's like, okay, I'll come. And I'm like, sweet. And we never really talked about it much more apart from that. And then 2 weeks ago, Bruno's like, so hey, you're going to bring me to StarLadder? I'm like, 1 second. Message Valat. Yo, Valat, what's going on? Like, can we bring Bruno? And Valat's like, second, I'll check with my manager. Came back like 5 minutes later, Bruno's coming. And I'm like, sweet. So yeah, that's literally how Bruno got here. He's like, maybe I can come. Valat's like, yeah, maybe you can come. Yeah, he can come. And that's how history was made.
Is there any problems with casting with a person in another organization? I mean, you enjoying the...
There's no problem like that. The whole war between organizations doesn't really exist, especially with a good studio. Like the good studio do their stuff with DreamHack. They run a couple events every now and then. That's okay. It's working with other studios isn't a bad thing to do. And if you're hired to come in, then you come in and you do it. Or if it's a good event like this, you do it for fun. There doesn't have to be a war. Obviously, there's competition between the studios because we all want to do better content and we all want to be the #1 studio. But like, I'm friends with Bruno and have been for a while. So it's very simple. I work with people I consider friends. If I don't find it fun to talk to them or work with them, then I won't do it. It's just that simple.
Yeah, that's good. And what's your favorite in this tournament?
It was Empire.
Really?
Yeah, I gave big props to Empire. I was sitting there on the live stream beforehand going, Empire will take their first game up against Na'Vi 2-1. Because I knew Na'Vi would throw first game, because they'll play a standard strat, and Empire would play their game, which I saw them play during the ESWC qualifiers. And in their grand final there, they played really good, coordinated, and well thought out Dota. And they were their worst, they were their own worst enemy today. In game 3, they didn't play their Dota, and they should have. And it was, disappointing to me. Obviously, any favorite when you come into this competition is going to be Alliance, hands down. Alliance show the best coordination, and they have the biggest depth in their lineup as far as what heroes they can select and having them all signature at the same time. Like Loader is, I'm not going to say he's on the same level as Mushi as far as selection goes, but there's a large amount of combinations that he has that you just can't ban against. And Arcade's got a whole lot of combinations. Admiral Bulldog, ban Prophet. He'll get Clockwork, and then you ban Clockwork, he'll find a Lone Druid. You ban all those, and then you've opened up the pool for... Bounty Hunter. And you open up the pool for S4 and everything he wants to have in the mid lane. You just can't ban against the team. And that's the biggest problem going up against Alliance. And I think that's the reason why Alliance will probably still triumph over Na'Vi at this competition, because while Na'Vi is good, their lineups don't change much. It's like Puppy is, I think he's 11 for 0 now on his Enchantress. His record for that hero, he keeps playing him. And they'll keep playing heroes which they keep winning with. And it's not a bad thing. Like Koro is really good on Nyx. He wins a lot of games with Nyx. And you can understand they don't go away from him because they don't need to most of the time. But at the same time, it makes him very predictable. And that's why Empire got the upper hand of game number 1, because it was just predictable what would happen. And Empire played it perfectly.
Yeah. And back to this game, Empire versus Navi. Second match, Spectre last pick. Do you think it was through the game?
No, not at all. Not at all. Spectre last pick was a perfect pick.
Yeah.
It was a 100% perfect pick. Because at the end of the day, you realize that the effectiveness of a Spectre with the Prophet was going to allow Empire to split push, and heavily as well. And it's always been Navi's weakness. So they try to play against Navi's weakness. And then you also had a Vengeful Spirit and a Keeper of the Light on Navi's lineup. If you get a Radiance up on him, those 2 heroes are dead every single time. You needed a mech to survive just the Spectral Haunt, because you saw him, he went 4 points up in the Desolate at the very, very start. Not a single point up in Dispersion. He wanted to kill the supports from the very, very start. And you take out those 2 supports, and you can walk over the fight. The problem he had was Puppey found enough farm to get a mech as well as a pipe when they were still fighting around, I think it's a 25-minute mark. And then Spectre started to tail off, and Prophet's split push wasn't really as effective because Na'Vi just got fat. The Lifestealer was too much to handle, and the combination, and you knew it was going to come. Rodskis just weren't effective enough with their strat. But I don't think it's a throw. It was a legitimate strat, but it just didn't pay off as well as it could have.
Okay, and in the end, any shoutouts?
Any shoutouts to all the wonderful people that follow me on Twitter and Facebook? I did use VK for a while, but it turns out if you can't speak in Russian, not many people follow you on VK. So yeah, TobiWan Dota on everything else. And for all the guys who work their asses off over on the Join Dota website, we try and do the best we possibly can and have a really good system, a really up-to-date thing, and create new things on the website, which is moving a lot better now. A lot better now that we're in the part post-TA3. So yeah, I'm hoping everyone enjoys the website. I don't know if Russians look at the website. Actually, no, I do. I do know Russians and Ukrainians look at our website a lot. So thanks to you guys.
Okay, thank you for interview. That was TobiWan. See you.